rock is very special to me. Not only does it help when I need to start a fire, but I found it in a very special place. Ooh, speaking of fire, ours needs rekindling. 1 second.
Oh, I want to try.
Olaf, your arm.
Uh-oh, fire.
Whew. Olaf, remember the thing about fire?
Sorry, I know. Look, but don't touch.
Right. And how about from now on, I handle the flint?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Well, as I was saying, when Elsa and I were young, we...
Built a snowman?
No, silly. We went on walks in the woods with our parents. Father used to point out stones like these and tell stories of the ancient nomads who used them as tools while they roamed the land.
Nomads, right. I know all about those, but let's pretend I don't.
Okay. Well, nomads are people who travel the earth. All they take with them is what they can carry. And they spread the stories of their people to those who will listen, especially over campfires.
Oh.
One time, it was just Father and I out walking, and we found a cave. Inside on the ground, I saw this flint under some really pretty leaves. It gleamed like it was calling to me. Then it started to rain, so Father and I decided to wait it out in the cave. He showed me how to start a fire with this flint. And when we did, guess what we saw?
Me!
What? No, you weren't made yet, Olaf.
Yeah, the story might be better if I was in it.
True. I wish you were there, Olaf, because on the cave walls, we saw drawings made by people long ago. The entire wall was covered in them. It was amazing, and it seemed to me that the drawings told a story. A story about a hunting party tracking a herd of elk. Unfortunately, luck wasn't really on the nomad's side that day. And then, it got a whole lot worse. A giant mountain lion found them. It chased them all the way back to the cave.
No. Wait, what's a lion?
Oh, well, it's like a really, really, really big cat.
Okay. And why haven't I seen a lion?
Well, it was a long time ago. I think mountain lions have since migrated away. But back to the hunters. They rushed back into the cave, but something had gotten there before them. A giant cave bear! As the hunters jumped back, the lion ran up and locked eyes with the bear. The lion and the bear both charged towards each other, and an epic battle took place. When the dust cleared and the fight was over, the hunters had a mighty feast.
They ate the poor giant kitty?
No, they, all had a mighty feast, alongside the lion and bear.
Okay, phew. That almost got really dark.
I never forgot that day with Father and those cave drawings we found. And I've kept my trusty flint ever since.
Wow. I like it when objects have stories.
Well, come back soon. Sven and I agree.
You're great company.
Anna? Is this a scary story?
No, Olaf, don't worry. It's more mysterious than scary.
Who's worried? I'm not worried. I was just asking for Sven.
Well, one day long ago, a young girl was traveling through the enchanted forest on her way to visit her sister.
Was it before the forest had the bouncy mist or after?
Before.
Gotcha. Carry on.
So the girl was walking through the woods just as the sun was setting. She could almost see the stars and wanted to hurry along before it got too dark.
And she made it?
No, she got lost because she stopped to pick some flowers for her sister.
Oh, that's so nice.
Isn't it? Unfortunately, after she got the flowers, she couldn't remember which path was the right path. So, she sat on the forest floor and thought and thought. Then, she had an idea.
That she shouldn't have entered the forest in the first place and it was a really big mistake and she'll probably just give up and stay there forever?
No, but good guess. She remembered a helpful tip her mother gave her before she set off. That if she got lost, she could ask the enchanted forest itself for help. So, that's just what she did. She waited and waited, and then she saw a bunch of huge, glowing yellow eyes staring down at her.
I've seen those eyes.
You have?
I think so. They were all... We're staring at you and possibly judging you.
Oh, Olaf, you must have been so scared.
What, me? No, I mean, I was a little, but I'm older now. More mature, one might even say wiser.
Well, the girl in our story was terrified.
Oh no, she was?
Uh-huh. She saw the eyes staring down at her, looming and glowing, and she called out to the creatures of the forest, imploring their help in finding her way to her sister. Suddenly, all the eyes turned and looked toward a path. The girl stood up, shaking with fear, and ran for the path. As soon as she came to a fork in the road, the eyes appeared again and stared down the path she should take. Over and over, the eyes continued to follow her. They were leading her somewhere.
Where? Where? The suspense is driving me crazy. I mean, Sven. It's driving Sven crazy.
Well, the girl ran and ran, and the eyes kept watching and guiding her. Finally, she burst through the trees and could see her sister's village in the distance. She thanked the enchanted forest and its creatures for the help and guidance she received. Then she waved goodbye and skipped down to the village. The eyes winked and disappeared. Legend says that they still wait in the woods for the next lost traveler, so they can guide them home too.
Wow, so they weren't scary monster eyes, just friendly creatures with terrifying eyes?
Yep, sometimes things look scarier than they actually are.
Maybe I should go find those eyes for real this time.
Or we can stay here, not get lost in the dark forest, and enjoy more cocoa.
Yeah, that's probably a better plan.
We hope you'll come back and visit us at the campfire again. You are welcome anytime. Kristoff, before I begin, would you hand me one of those logs so I can feed the fire? Whew, it's getting chilly.
Yeah, here you go, Anna.
Wait, so fires need to eat, but I don't? Wow, the world is crazy.
In some ways, Olaf. But actually, the world used to be even crazier back in the time of giants. Long ago, giants had invaded our lands. An army rose up in a desperate but hopeless attempt to drive away the invaders.
You can't hurt me, human! Come here!
Leading the doomed army was a fierce and clever shield maiden named Brunhilde. After many days, she grew weary of combat.
Hey, Giant! Quit throwing my warriors around and leave these lands!
I don't take orders from you.
Huh, I suppose not. All right, then who do you take orders from?
From Grandmother, the giant witch Mimir.
And where can I find her?
The giant told Brunhilde that she'd have to enter the land of giants, traverse the dark forest, and climb to the highest of the high peaks. There, she must sneak into Mimir's cave of terror to face her wrath.
Dark forest, check! Highest of the high peaks, check! Sneak into cave of terror, check! Why is it always a cave of terror? Why not a cave of scrumptious desserts?
How, mortal! I am the giant witch Mimir, grandmother to the giant horde. Why are you trespassing in my cave, huh? Tell me, before I make a meal of you!
Now, Brunhilde knew she couldn't defeat such a giant in direct combat, let alone a giant witch. She'd have to use her wits.
Mimir, you have sent your giants to invade our lands. I have traveled far and faced countless dangers to tell you to knock it off! Just stop! Call your brood home!
Ha! Or you'll do what exactly, tiny human?
I will summon my giant dragon!
Are you serious?
Totally serious. Look behind you.
She used her hands to make a shadow puppet on the cave wall.
Roar!
Ah, a shadowy dragon! Okay, I will do as you say. Just leave and never return!
Tricked and defeated, Mimir used her magic to call her giants back. And Brunhilde began her long journey home.
And Father said those ventriloquism lessons wouldn't pay off.
The end.
I love it! Stories like that teach me so much.
Really? What did you learn?
Well, I learned that you guys need to get me some ventriloquism lessons.
Well, I think the main takeaway, Olaf, is that words and wit can be more effective than war.
Oh. Yeah, I still kind of want a puppet.
We hope you'll come back and visit us at the campfire again. You are welcome anytime.
Well, it's a perfect night for it. The northern lights are really putting on a show.
It's like a dancing rainbow, but in the night sky.
Elsa, I bet you remember this story. It's about the time I scared Aldor the guard out of the chapel bell tower so we could get the best view.
You mean the time I scared him?
Wait, what?
I'm sorry, I'm confused. Tell me how you remember the story.
Well, it was a dark and stormy winter night.
Actually, it was a clear night. Otherwise, we couldn't have seen the lights.
Right, so it was a dark, not stormy winter night. I woke up Elsa because earlier that day, Mother had said that it would be a good night to see the lights, and that the lights were spirits of old mares dancing in the sky, waving at those below them.
Old maids, not mares.
Maids! That's what I said, because horses can't wave, though I wish they could. Right, anyway, we crept out of the room and down the hall, down the stairs, crossed a hall, up some steps, across another hall, maybe, I'm gonna say 2 more flights of stairs.
It's a big castle, Anna. Maybe we should skip to the bell tower.
Until we finally reached the chapel bell tower, where we thought we could get the best view. And there was only one door between us and the gorgeous dancing mares.
Maids.
There weren't any maids there, Elsa. Just Aldor.
I give up.
Aldor had guarded the bell tower his entire life. He was one of Father's fiercest guards, 10 feet tall, with a long gray beard and eyes black as night. Aldor would pace in front of the bell tower door all night without rest. So we decided to divide and conquer. I would make ghost sounds, and Elsa would blow out the candles.
The biggest, scariest castle guard was afraid of ghosts?
Terrified.
His only weakness.
So I howled like an angry ghost. And he ran away, terrified.
Wait, the way I remember it, he didn't run away until I blew out the candles. That's what got him.
No, he was afraid of ghosts, not the dark.
Yes, but the darkness made your ghost sounds believable.
It sounds like it was a combination of the two.
Anyway, we climbed the last staircase to the top of the tower.
And there they were, the Northern Lights. Green, pink.
Purple, yellow, layers of colors just floating in the sky.
The sky's awake.
What does that mean?
It was the first thing that Anna said when she saw the Northern Lights.
And that's what we've always said ever since. It's a sister thing. You know, kind of like an inside joke.
Huh. The sky's awake. I like that.
Well, now it's yours too.
Goodbye, new friend. We hope you'll come back again for more stories. I don't know any of King Agnar's stories. Oh, do tell.
Our father, King Agnar, was a great storyteller. I especially love the ones about the people in the castle portraits. Elsa, remember the stories about Lieutenant Matthias?
How could I forget? Father couldn't tell them without smiling.
Ooh, how about this one? When Father was a young prince, he begged Lieutenant Matthias, as the captain of the guard, to teach him how to fight. According to Father, he'd been asking since he was old enough to lift a sword. Matthias always refused, but one day, he didn't.
I want to learn to practice with the soldiers in the barracks. Please, Matthias.
You know, I think it is about time you learned. Meet me in the library tomorrow morning.
Really? You mean it? Aw, thanks.
Father was so excited. So early the next morning, he raced downstairs. He couldn't wait to learn how to fight. But when he rushed into the library, he found Matthias sitting in front of a chessboard.
Have a seat.
Chess? But I thought we were going to the barracks.
After we play a match. Have a seat.
Despite his great disappointment, Father settled in to play.
Pawns are the soul of the game. But I guess being a soldier makes me biased. Huh. A bishop's opening, eh? Clever.
Though Father wanted a quick game, he still played thoughtfully, making each move with care. Then, he moved his knight.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Father watched as Matthias showed him how any move he could make would be countered and lead to his defeat.
I see.
Very good. Let's walk.
The two headed to the barracks where the soldiers were training.
You want to learn to fight. But it's not just about swords and battle. It's more than that. The same way you strategize to win in chess, you must strategize in battle. And in life. So, how do you do that?
By thinking ahead?
Yes. You think several moves ahead. And how do you do that? You keep a close eye on the details without losing sight of the bigger picture. You try to understand other people and what they want. If you can't see the game from their perspective, then you can't see what's coming. And you'll never get a chance to do the next right thing.
Okay, but how do I do all that?
Well, that's for you to figure out. But I can tell you this. You won't be able to do it if you're only in service to yourself. It has to be for something bigger. And for me, that's always been Arendelle.
Father never forgot Matthias's words that day. He said they helped shape the man he became.
Can chess wisdom shape the snowman I become?
I'm sure it can, Olaf.
Great story.
About two great men.
Well, thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again soon.